Have a hug.
Sandy Briden tries to celebrate living every minute of every day while doing what she can to fight for her own way of dying. An analytical chemist, Sandy was diagnosed with cancer in December 2015.
Can I have a turn hugging you? Oh.
By August, she was given just 5 weeks to live. Though she's defied her diagnosis, she's come close to death on a number of occasions. She says she knows she's living on borrowed time. Just begin by telling me, if you would, a little bit about life before cancer.
Before I had cancer, I'd recently finished my doctorate in chemistry. I'd got my absolutely perfect combination of jobs. So a very, very active life, had my children, a brilliant, absolutely brilliant life, perfect life.
So how did you sort of process going from this brilliant life, as you describe it, to a doctor saying, be prepared for the worst?
And the doctor said, I'm really sorry, it's bad news. You've got multiple tumours. There's really nothing more we can do. And at that point, that's when my world collapsed. Telling my father, I think, was the hardest, because to me, the worst thing that could happen to me in my life would be losing my children. So I was having to tell my father he would be losing his daughter.
With her scientific background, she likes to deal in facts. She says she knows when it comes, the end may not be easy. So she joined the campaign for the right to die, though she insists it's as much about living.
I want to live, I'm fighting to live. By backing assisted dying, I'm fighting to live even more, because I can't live properly now. I think about dying every day. I dream about dying. All I think about every day is, how am I going to die? How am I going to die? I feel my tumours and I think, please don't be the fastest, I'm going to die. By backing assisted dying, by knowing I ultimately have that choice, it allows me to live now.
We're with no! We're with no!
It is a well-worn argument on both sides, but no less anguished for all its familiarity. Today's case is being brought by 67-year-old Noel Conway, who was diagnosed with motor neuron disease in 2014. Mr. Conway, seen here at an earlier hearing, he's no longer well enough to attend, wants a doctor to be able to help him die. His lawyers argue the current law is a breach of his human rights, and he should be able to decide how and when he dies. But campaigners and pro-life groups say allowing assisted dying, or as they prefer it, assisted suicide, will inevitably endanger the lives of vulnerable people. The family of the late Tony Nicklinson lost the last major challenge to the legislation in the Supreme Court 3 years ago. Campaigners say this time there are extra safeguards. The person would have to have a terminal illness with 6 months or less to live, have capacity, and doctors would be obliged to formally report any assistance they give.
If you were allowed assisted dying, when I get to the point that I have no dignity, or before I lose all my dignity, I don't want to be, I just want to drift off peacefully and to say goodbye and not hear my children, to hear me struggling. So I know I've got to be terribly brave at the end and strong and just hopefully not be in too much pain. But it's the fear of what's coming as well.
When you look back now, what are the memories that you like to think about?
My son's wedding, seeing him walk out of the church so happy, my daughter having her baby, just holding Lila. And then I thought, if I just could see her smile, and obviously now I've seen her smile, the little things are huge. The tiny things are huge. When people say it's raining, I think it's raining, it's fantastic. Just flowers, just the world around you, the trees, the birds, just everything, every little thing. I won't be here in time for a law change, but I think fighting for it makes me feel, well, maybe, just maybe, I've learned to deal with each day as it comes. So you just wake up and you deal with today. You fight for tomorrow, but you deal with today. If I say I dream about it, I think about dying, and I just wish this law was in force now for people like me that are terminally ill